Pt.7 using some discernment on this latest DHS announcement as they come out stating that they have evidence that domestic violent extremists and racially motivated extremists are developing plans to attack the U.S. electric sector. My first question is, why haven't you arrested them? Since you know everything they're plotting, what they're typing, who's doing it, you know everything. How come they're not arrested? Well, this seems to go along the path that we always see these stories go down. And I remember years ago, Judge Napolitano came on Fox News for all the sheep that didn't get it and said, you know, your FBI admitted to creating dozens of events just to foil them, to take credit for them. That was mainstream, if you missed it. So now, all of a sudden, since the beginning of this scam-demic, they've seen a rise in white supremacy and in extremists that want to attack the grid. First off, who does it benefit when you attack the grid? To me, it's this government and this world government and everyone that's pushing the scam-demic trying to control the people. That's who. Oh yeah, and if I recall, even looking at the Whitmer case in Michigan, what did we just find out? That many of the people tied into that were government agents. Facts. So interesting that they say that they continue to work to charge the participants of the January 6th insurrection. They're trying to connect the insurrection, which we know was of their hand, to an event that hasn't even happened yet. Trying to say that they're all domestic terrorists. So the writing is all on the wall here, guys. And what they're trying to do here, they're trying to put it out there that an attack's coming on the grid, and when it happens, it's going to be your good old American citizens that are to blame for all of it. Been warning about this exact situation for a decade. A lights out situation. Are you ready? It doesn't matter what the excuse is in the end. The big question is, do you have a plan? Join me on the live streams where I break that down further. Follow me on Twitter and Getter, where I'm breaking live information constantly.
Hey, Shalom, Akif, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brought lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Hey, man, this is very interesting, man. This video by Pt.1 It says, heads up, DHS, which is Department of Human Services, warns of attack on America's power grid by alleged domestic extremists. Now, you see what they're doing with this, right? You see where they're trying to label this. They're trying to target the citizens of Babylon the Great. And I'm going to tell you like this. When they use this big domestic word, that means to be local, okay, or of this particular province. So what happens is the attention focuses on people that's in opposition with the government. Now, it was a video that came out back in, I believe, the end of 2019. I think the guy's name was David. I don't remember his last name, but it was going into Operation Zephyr or Project Zephyr, when they was coming up with the pestilence and the pandemics and how they was going to cut the grid in order to extract people that was against the NWO and put them in detainment centers, man, and pretty much execute them. Okay, so with this power grid outage, that can be a plausible way that Esau Edom can fulfill that particular measure. All right, extracting people from their homes at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, putting them in these detainment centers, these abandoned buildings, these FEMA camps, you know, and to do away with them, because Esau, he wants no opposition when it comes to him setting up his new world order. And that is what this is all about. Okay, so, hey, man, this is Bible prophecy. And through the Spirit, man, hey, this can happen any day because it's prophesied to happen. All right. So this is national security. And this, matter of fact, this looks like a pretty good article. I might not read all of it depending on the length, but it's pretty lengthy. But nonetheless, this is a pretty good article, man, okay, because it goes into just what we're talking about. And it says domestic violent extremists and radically motivated extremists have been developed plans to attack the U.S. electric sector, which that ain't nothing but the CIA doing this shit, you know. And the first, I remember they were saying like Russia can possibly attack the cyber infrastructure of America, meaning that you have power outages, systems are offline, you know, databases and so forth, globally resetting certain currencies and etc. They blamed it on Russia, you know, or North Korea. But reality of it is Babylon the Great, they're behind a lot of these so-called in-house attacks, because that's the type of devil we're dealing with. Okay, so hey, be on the lookout for that too. Like I believe a couple of days ago, it was a hospital that went offline due to an alleged cyber attack. You know, and they don't know if it's the Russians or the Koreans or whoever, but they always quick to blame something on the Russians, when in fact you the one that's doing the shit, man. You the one that blow up your own governments, and then you justify yourself invading people's lands. Like the whole war on terror, that was all BS, man. That was never a war on no terror. You were the terror, you know, like the war on drugs, you know, the Contras, you know, like paraphernalia, contraband. You know what I'm saying? And you put that shit out in the neighborhoods, and then people get locked up, and then all of a sudden you hit them with the whole contraband, paraphernalia, etc. When you were the ones that were putting these methods of wickedness together on your own account, you know, because they wouldn't fund the war or the drug war, so therefore they sent in the Contras. They allowed them to bring in shipments of cocaine through the military so they can make a profit to fund the damn war, man. Esau is wicked. Okay, but it says motivated extremists plans to attack the U.S. electric sector, according to an intelligence bulletin from the Department of Homeland Security that was issued this week and obtained by the Daily Beast. And if you don't understand that your alphabet boys of this society, you know, from the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, you know, all these people, man, because they work right in league with British MI5 and MI6, okay, the military intelligence servants. They work right in hand with these other, these espionages, man. You know, they work hand in hand, and they known for disrupting dictatorships and overthrowing regimes in the name of democracy. People should know this already. They show you this shit in the Bond movies. They show you this shit in the Jason Bourne movies on how the people you work for, eventually they turn on the people. That's all this shit is, okay? But people are too dumb because they're so fascinated by bread and circus. They're so fascinated about being the next TikTok sensation. Well, I got news for you. Your fucking clock is ticking, talking, and the Most High is getting ready to bring all this shit down. So I can't wait till these blackouts come, because it's time for you people to start getting fucked up, man. And excuse my French, but that's just the spirit I'm in, because you people have done nothing but offend Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and his men. Okay, and it says the DVEs have developed credible specific plans to attack electricity infrastructure since at least 2020, and that's the time that whole Project Zypher nonsense came out. And the guy broke it down. He said, hey, when that happens in the blackouts, they plan to extract people from their homes between 2 and 5 o'clock in the morning and take them to a black ops site and have their way with them. Okay, and a lot of you jakes, man, that's playing games, you're gonna get caught up in this, man. We don't care if you're not teaching against Esau. We don't care if you're you know, you're preaching a more PC doctrine. We don't give a damn. They're gonna come and get you too. Because hey, if you an Israelite, guess what? You've made their list. I don't give a damn how low-key you think you are. And it reads here, it says identifying the electric grid as a particularly attractive target given its interdependency with other infrastructure sectors. And when this happens, we're gonna see the real men from the boys, and we're gonna see you women bug the hell out. Just off the strength of not being able to get on social media alone. You're gonna bug out, you know? So hey, brothers, keep your fingers crossed. This can very well happen this year, Lord's will, you know? But it said DHS, Office of Intelligence and Analysis, issued the alert to the electric sector Monday following the request from power companies to take stock of increased threats from domestic violent extremists in 2020 and 2021. But who's threatening that but you? You know, it's wickedness. But like I said, man, before they do anything, they start talking about it. So that they're talking about it, they're expecting this to happen. Okay? Hey, it can happen in the winter. It can happen next week. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, because Esau tried it last year in places like Texas, parts of Missouri, a lot of these places were hit with blackouts, man. Neighborhoods pitch black, brick cold. But yet your inner cities or your downtown areas, they have light skyscrapers, they got heat, you know, central air, etc. So this shows you that Esau got his hand in something, man. All right. But and it says white supremacists discuss shooting up power grids. But it says the alert comes as DHS and federal investigators strain to keep up with the threat of domestic violence extremists and continue to work to the charge participants of the January 6th insurrection, which that wasn't no damn insurrection, man. Give me a break. That wasn't nothing, all right? And a lot of the people that was in that situation were paid agitators. A lot of them were paid off to do it, man, because they had the shit on national TV. Now, a true insurrection is what you saw out there in Kazakhstan. That was a true insurrection. People were being beheaded. They were being fucking killed. Shit was being... They overthrew the government. That's an insurrection. Because nobody never overthrew the United States government. You still have a government that's intact, man. Okay? But it says the head of the DHS Office of Intelligence and Analysis, John Cohen, told lawmakers in a recent testimony nearly 1 year after the riot on Capitol Hill, give me a break, threat landscape from domestic violence extremists is one of the most complex, volatile, and dynamic I've ever experienced in my career. And I'm telling you, they're going to use this to try to roll on brothers, man. Okay? Because, hey, only how they can really pull us off is major some EMP strike. You know, they've been talking about solar flares and, you know, meteorites and so forth, meteor showers coming into Earth's orbit, etc. We could possibly have power outages, especially in the summer when the grid is overloaded with too much energy. You could have blackouts then. And these people going to go batshit crazy because then your economy collapses. Your stores close down. Your shopping centers close down. Then what people going to do? You know? But anyway, it says DHS has been buckling down on efforts to share more intelligence on violent extremists with the private sector and state and local partners, according to Cohen. But over the last year and a half, the FBI has been pushing more resources. Damn, here come my coworker, man. I'm gonna have to finish this lesson in a minute. But it says the FBI has been pushing more resources to domestic such and such investigations. But anyway, with that, I gotta finish the lesson in a minute. Shalom.